Good evening. Thank you for joining us for another edition of our Fireside Chat. This has been a long week for many of us. We have worked really hard, a 3 weeks leading up to our conference, and we had our pastor's conference this week, combining that with having Brother George and Miss Leah in for our anniversary Sunday. So we've really pushed hard, and I decided for this Fireside Chat to do my dead level best to say thank you. I'm going to read a verse to you, the Apostle Paul here teaching to the church at Thessalonica. And he was talking to a group of people, probably in the New Testament churches that Paul wrote letters to. The church at Thessalonica was the most tortured, persecuted church that he deals with. And so he's talking to a group of people that have really been through a lot. And in the first epistle, he kind of lays some things out, finishes that one with a bunch of instructions of what to do. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. He starts his second little letter off. The first two verses, he just gives kind of an introduction. And then he makes this statement in verse number 3 of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1. We are bound to thank God always for you, brethren, as it is meet, because that your faith groweth exceedingly, and the charity of every one of you all toward each other aboundeth. I love this passage of Scripture. He's talking to a church that's been through a lot. He's talking to a church just after giving them a bunch of instruction. He's talking to a group of people that he dearly loves, and he's appreciative of. In fact, in the book of Acts, we find out that this church had given money that they really didn't have. They were persecuted, and yet they were given money to make sure that Paul was taken care of. And here in this passage, Paul makes a statement, we are bound to thank God always for you. That word bound, if you look it up, means determined, as if I owe you, like I owe you a funds, if you will. Someone had worked for you. That's the word he's using here. He's talking about people that he loves so much that he feels indebted to for their dedication to the Lord. But I love what he says there at the end. Why does he feel this connection with these people, and why does he thank them and thank God for them so deeply? Because he says, because your faith groweth exceedingly. One thing I love about our church, and as we have been together an extended period of time, we have gotten to see ourselves grow, not numerically. And I think we have. We've seen new people come into the church, but I think what he's referring to here is a spiritual growth. And I'm speaking for myself, can say that I have grown spiritually. And it's been encouraging that we've, together as the church, have grown spiritually. We're memorizing Scripture. We're reading our Bibles. We're being faithful to church. And we're growing spiritually. That's exciting to me. And I know I'm not speaking ill when I say we're growing spiritually and of something that I'm not aware of, because Paul continues in this passage after making the statement, because your faith groweth exceedingly. There's a comma there, and it says, and the charity of every one of you all toward each other aboundeth. What he's saying here is that he knows your faith has grown, because the evidence is in the love that you show for each other. And you can't be at Heartland Baptist Church very long to see the love and the connection that God has brought to a bunch of folk. And the fact that one person loves another person, and just weeks, maybe months, maybe years ago, didn't even know each other, and there's a bond there, and a love and affection for each other. And that only can be explained by God, and that it only can be explained by this exceeding faith that is growing in each one of us. I want to say thank you for what you've done. I want to say thank you for working this last few weeks leading up to this program. And I want to say thank you for being a friend to friends of mine that were here and spoke. And I want to say thank you for the part that you play in my life and in our church. And I want to tell you that you are deeply loved, and that I'm bound to pray for you as if I owe you. because I truly do. And I thank you and love each and every one of you. Hope you have a great week, and hope you'll be at church on Sunday and just be a part of the Lord's work and continue. Let's continue to be a part, and let's continue to grow exceedingly for God. God bless you. Good night.